Hey John, will Log Bunny be making a return?
We do have some news. The Simpsons has now officially been...
And then next to Creature, we're gonna have a werewolf.
If you've seen Back to the Future Part 2, you'll probably remember this building. Then you got Chucky right there. Okay guys, we're currently in Vegas right now. It's time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2026 update. This is gonna be kind of a half Vegas vlog, half HHN vlog. So we're gonna show you guys images and what Universal had to say about the Jack and Oddfellow house. You get to see how it looks on the inside. But on that note, it's time to talk about the Vegas themed HHN house from years ago. Penn and Teller had a house. So on that note, enjoy the commercial.
Hi, we're Penn and Teller, we're Universal Orlando, and this is our haunted house. It's Penn and Teller nuked Las Vegas, and that's exactly what we did. We nuked Las Vegas, we blew it up, it's all radiated, there's a tent over it, and it's still a fun place to visit. This is the gambling room, or as they call it in Vegas, the gaming room. Here's where you are going to gamble with a, shall we say, very, very odd, very mutated, very radiated show woman. Well, here we are in the Penn and Teller nuked Las Vegas honeymoon suite. It's a wonderful place to spend some time with the people you love. We have all sorts of Penn and Teller stuff, and if you haven't brought someone you love, we will, we'll supply her. This is the French maid from the honeymoon suite. This is kind of sentimental because it's an exact copy of our backstage at the Rio in real Las Vegas. We have birds with shiny eyes all over the place, all sorts of wonderful things. That's a pretty good one, isn't it, right there? I like this one, the bride and groom together. Here we are in the wedding chapel. Ooh, I hope Elvis doesn't show up. See, this room is supposed to be something like a buffet and really gross and terrible, but seems like a regular buffet to us. This is my favorite part, because this is where the guests themselves get to monkey with the other guests. Like I got the floor button here. When I push this, it makes the whole floor vibrate. And when I come over here and push this, it makes a little jet of air squirt out. I love that one. And then we got the water jet right over here that you can just hit whenever you want. I love this. This is the last room of the maze at Universal Orlando. The Penn and Teller nuked Las Vegas. Penn and Teller nuked Las Vegas. Penn and Teller. And sometimes in this room, you'll get to meet very special guests in Penn and Teller nuked Las Vegas.
Let's first start talking about the announcements for the bars and restaurants at Universal for HHN.
Get a taste of Halloween in festively themed lounges featuring Halloween themed specialty drinks. You can also find late night bites at each hotel, such as pizza, wings, dessert, and more at participating hotels. There's also going to be Halloween themed lobbies. Staying close to the hotel has its perks, from the themed lobby experiences in select Universal Orlando resort hotels to themed photo opportunities waiting for you in the different Universal Orlando hotel lobbies. So there's going to be the dedicated access point if you're staying on property, which will be available at 7:30 p.m. This does exclude premium Scream nights, which are on August 27th and October 19th. There's also the transportation that'll take you from the hotels to City Walk, scary good drinks throughout the hotels, and also late night bites. Now, Inside Universal posted an article kind of describing all the different lounges and what they're going to be themed around to. So, at Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort, Jake's American Bar will transform into Universal Monsters Laguna Lounge, a classic monster hideaway inspired by mid-century modern tiki. Guests can catch characters like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, and more lurking throughout the decor, along with some larger-than-life photo ops. At Endless Summer Resort, from the briny deep of the Dead Sea, spirits have washed ashore at the Sunset Lounge, taking the form of eerie driftwood sculptures guests can discover throughout the space. At Cabana Bay Beach Resort, the fan favorite Pumpkin Lord Bar returns to the Swizzle Lounge. At Ventura Hotel, alien overlords have taken over the hotel's lobby bar. At Sapphire Falls, located in the lower lobby, guests can enter an eerie seaside Gothic manor where they will encounter a range of creepy sculptures, candelabras, and other dark academia items scattered throughout the seated areas. New this year is the addition of a satellite bar where guests can sip on crafted cocktails like the Witch Doctor, Old Fashioned, and Pumpkin Plunder, and the Haunted Jungle Bird, available at the Strongwater Tavern. Also at the Hard Rock Hotel, Night of the Living Shred has returned for another rancid residency at the Hard Rock Hotel's lobby and veranda bar. This time around, the whole Undead Roadie crew is here to amp things up. More lights, more sights, and of course, more frights. Guests will experience the chaos of the Night of the Living Shred with more zombies, more band members, and a rock-fueled apocalypse at the veranda bar. At Portofino Bay Hotel, returning for a second year, guests can climb aboard the old fishing ship Frozen in Time by a freak ice storm. At the Thirsty Fish, guests will encounter fishing nets and ropes crusted in ice with the ship's broken mast dangling over the bar, all surrounded by an eerie blue glow, sure to send shivers down their spines. Then at the Terra Luna Resort, by day, Luna Bar is a sleek interstellar outpost, but by night it becomes contested ground as two rival alien species who once declared Terra Luna neutral territory are in battle. Guests will be surrounded by the turf battle, with each alien species on opposite sides of the bar. And at Stella Nova, a sleek research exhibit has gone wrong, and a mysterious substance has breached containment, creeping and pulsing with a life of its own. A Universal Stella Nova Resort's Nova Bar. As guests explore the bar, they'll notice that hazmat teams have sealed off the area and are working urgently to stabilize the situation before the substance infects everyone and everything. We can get a look at some of the different drinks. This is going to be the Source Cocktail. Then there's going to be a special buffalo chicken dip. Looks like the ranch is in the shape of a spider web. And then also the pumpkin spiced mule.
It's time for the Vegas vlog to begin. It wouldn't be Vegas without a broken escalator. All right, so mission, we're going to Caesar's Palace right now. There's a cookie shop, a robot that serves us a cookie cup with special milk in it. I don't know, we'll see. That's the Flamingo where we're staying. And we're going to Caesar's right here. Oh, where could this cookie shop be? All right, Joe Louis. Where's the cookie shop, man? Where is it? We found it. We found the robotic cookie arm. All right, so this is Dominic Anzel's Las Vegas Bakery, but this is what everybody's excited for. The robot cookie shot. Who wants to be handed a cookie shot by a human? No, you want to be handed a cookie shot by a robot. All right, here it goes. Being very careful, doesn't want to drop anything. Okay, don't go. Now I can hold on to my cookie shot. Here it is. All right, here we go. So, shot of milk. It's a Madagascan vanilla milk. The milk's a 10 out of 10. All right, let's see how the cookie is, though. It's like a cookie crust. Milk I thought was better than the cookie. I think the cookie's probably about an 8.5. The milk is the star of the show. I'm gonna do a 9 out of 10 on the cookie shot. Everybody's must-have souvenirs, a dog toy of a burger or a cactus that says, "Welcome to Vegas." Everywhere you go, you can't escape the mouse. Formula One, Mickey has taken over now. We've entered into like one of the Hype Beast stores, and they have, is that Shaun the Sheep in the center? A metallic minion, Tony the Tiger. Then you got Chucky right there. Then up top, front and center, you got Mickey watching over everyone. If you're in Vegas, you gotta stop by a Gentle Monster. It's a sunglass store, but they have these giant animatronics. They're normally moving. I guess it's the slow season here in Vegas. They're not moving. They got the Hello Kitty Cafe coming soon, 2026. You got the famous curved escalators. It's one of the highest rated attractions in Vegas. You are not ready for the curve. Look at this. You know you're old when you get excited about a curved escalator. So they're just curving around there, curving up there. People do not know what to do right now because it's raining. It is raining in Vegas. We brought the rain with us. Everybody's like camped out inside. They're scared of the rain. What person is just like throwing dollar bills in the water? Not change, but just dollar bills everywhere.
It might look like we're outside, but we're actually inside right now. Now, Universal did release some inside images of the Jack and Oddfellow house. So Discover Universal wrote this blog post, Behind the Screams of Jack and Oddfellow's Chaos and Control at Halloween Horror Nights 2026. Jack and Oddfellow returned this year in Jack and Oddfellow's Chaos and Control Haunted House. But this time, they are together, making for twice the mayhem. I got the opportunity to speak with scenic show director Charles Gray and scenic designer Dylan about the house. So I'll stop clowning around and tell you all about it. The characters, the original HHN characters' backstories are extensive. But if you want the timeline, Jack Schmidt, better known as Jack the Clown, was a carnival performer that worked under Dr. Oddfellow. In typical HHN character fashion, Jack had some unfortunate homicidal tendencies that didn't mix well with the supposed fun family carnival show. Long story short, Oddfellow discovered Jack's crimes and murdered Jack and stuffed his body into a Jack-in-the-Box. The catch? Jack was transported into the twisted Oddverse, where he only became more evil and powerful. As Charles put it, Jack Schmidt was torn, twisted, and pulled apart and driven mad in this other world. But he also gained the powers of Dr. Oddfellow. Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow's long-running rivalry comes to an insidious head in HHN 35's Haunted House, Jack and Oddfellow's Chaos and Control. The story. In Jack and Oddfellow's Chaos and Control, you'll dive deep into the origins of Jack and Oddfellow's rivalry and find yourself caught in the middle of these two universal icons twist and turn through the Oddverse, pitting chaos against control. The Oddverse is a pocket dimension created by Dr. Oddfellow from which he draws his powers. It's also where Jack Schmidt resides inside the box. What happens inside the Oddverse when we combine the two forces? Charles tells us that the story culminates in one pivotal moment. Jack and Oddfellow have been warring with each other for years and years, he says, but they finally decide that fear divided is fear diluted. By coming together with their chaos and control, joining together, they could remake this world. When you first see Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control, you'll find yourself in a grisly carnival scene. As you walk by bloody bunk beds, you discover Jack Schmidt painting his face with stolen clown makeup. The house narration begins from Oddfellow's POV, but Jack soon takes over. The characters go back and forth as they tell the story of their rivalry through the Oddverse. Narrating isn't always included in haunted houses, so Dylan and Charles are excited to see fans' reaction to the story. Charles says the sound and the visuals are married together in a very interesting way. It's a lot of fun. As you witness Dr. Oddfellow stuff Jack into his box, Jack scratches and fights and gains the power of Dr. Oddfellow. You will enter a room with a swirling, dizzying vortex that serves as your portal into the Oddverse. From there, you dig deeper into the depths of the Oddverse. From churning hallways to Jack the Clown's personal game show, Dylan says that one of the most exciting parts of designing the haunted house was blending the two characters' aesthetics. We had a brief glimpse at Jack and Oddfellow's backstory in the Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins house from HHN 32, so elements of that are woven through this one. But we wanted to take the aesthetics of both Jack and Oddfellow and have them clash and blend with each other. He notes that it was a surprise to us how out of the box the ideas became when we brought them together. The visuals of the house are bright, chaotic, and sure to spark a sense of chlorophobia. I won't spoil all the rooms for you, but trust me when I say that they are chock full of details, surprises, and Easter eggs for HHN fans. That is if you can keep your eyes open long enough to see them. I only kept mine open for the sake of this article. As for the practical effects in this stunning house, your memories of the carnival may be jogged by the smell of popcorn. Video plays a huge role in this house, Charles adds. These effects tie into my favorite room in the house, the tilted hallway, where the video effects are truly mesmerizing. As you navigate the swirling vortex and its lopsided floor, characters hide in creepy corners to surprise you. It's a chaotic end to the twisted adventure that is Jack and Oddfellow's Chaos and Control. Pro tip, if you prefer more stable ground, there are two hallways in this area. If you take the one to the left, you'll encounter all the same character fun with a more accessible route. With that, we'll close the curtains on the story of Jack and Oddfellow until we get to experience it together with the start of Halloween Horror Nights 35. See you in the fog, carnival, and elsewhere you fancy getting your scares at Universal Studios Florida.
I know this isn't our conventional HHN update because tomorrow we're going to Horror Unleashed to cover the Resident Evil takeover. So that's the next HHN video. There's just so much info that's what's happening right now, I want to keep you guys in the loop. So Mike was tweeting out some stuff last night.
So Michael tweeted out this: Night 1 of HHN reviews complete. For Invasion, Blood and Guts, Cybergoria, Stranger Things Return to Hawkins Show, you all are in for a treat. So proud of our entertainment team and everyone who brings Halloween Horror Nights to life. This event has never been one person or one division within entertainment. It's an incredible collective of talents across disciplines, each lending their gifts to the whole. There is no I, it has always been we, and HHN is better for it. Year after year, this team turns horrific stories into unforgettable experiences, and I could not admire them more. Proud to be part of we. Then someone tweeted at Michael and said this: please let me know if Art will be wandering this year. Michael says he has his own place in downtown Clowntown, so it sounds like he's not going to be wandering. And then Michael said this: it was our content review night, basically final looks with casts and everything in place of content prior to public.
Who's gonna put money into the slot when you got that guy looking at you? I see that. I'm not winning the jackpot. Here's the flamingo. Here they are. The whole reason you stay here is to get this shot. The flamingo's drinking some water. It is breakfast time, so everywhere they're just advertising the Gordon Ramsay burger place. Hi, Gordon. Hopefully your burgers are good. Gordon Ramsay burger. There's flames everywhere. I wonder what this was before Gordon Ramsay took it over. This is a weird entrance to a burger restaurant. Pretty much it's just photos of Gordon everywhere, just looking at you. Pretty kind of basic modern theming, nothing too crazy. Here it is, Gordon Ramsay burger. So we got the brunch burger. It's gonna have American cheese, brown sugar bacon, caramelized onions, hash brown patty, fried egg with a spicy aioli. Burger, 7.5. It was decent, but I expected a lot more with Gordon Ramsay's name attached to it. I wanted my mind and my taste buds to kind of explode, but it didn't happen. And also the design is just kind of very boring. It's just, they painted the walls blue and put up a bunch of pictures of Gordon, and there's nothing visually interesting about the restaurant, and the food was just fine. We are gonna go to another place. It's a horror-themed pizza restaurant. Let's go travel over there. Hopefully it's more interesting than Gordon's restaurant. Just got dropped off. We're here at Sliced Pizza. So hours are subject to change based on dough limits or traffic, private parties such as funerals, divorce parties, birthday parties, lame-ass corporate events, comedy, or heavy metal shows. We gotta take a second to appreciate some of the names. All right, so for the pizza, you got the Murder Pie Pizza, the Pennywise Pizza, the Wicked Witch White Pizza, the Jigsaw Pizza, Vampire Veggie Pizza, Leatherface Meat Pizza, Buffalo Bill Chicken Pizza, Voorhees Barbecue Chicken, and the Swamp Thing Vegan Pizza. It's like a Ouija board, but it's got their engraved logo right there, Sliced Pizza. They got blood on the doors, checking you in to your table. Looks like they have their original Hatbox Ghost. There's so much going on in here. We just have a corpse chilling here next to some Christmas lights. He's probably just in a food coma. A lot of pizza. That's just tomato sauce. Don't worry, that's not blood. Just tomato sauce. They have this awesome Munsters neon sign. You come in here. It's like a seance room. This is so cool. And there's a witch with a crystal ball, and it's above, so below. And then here's a witch with a crystal ball kind of locked up with some skulls behind her. We have a mummy right here with this massive cockroach on top of the gravestone. And then next to him is we got Frankenstein's monster, and then the bride, the soulless dead eyes. Frankie's excited for his pizza though. Then there's a massive Bruce just popping out of the wall. He's been mounted right there. And then next to him, we got the Gill Man right here. He's looking like he just came out of the water. And then next to Creature, we're gonna have a werewolf. He's just sitting atop a pile of skulls. We have a skeleton hanging from the ceiling. Then you have Art the Clown guarding the kitchen. You have bloody maps, and then all the different crosses are kind of upside down. This is where the bathroom is. And there's two little creepy twin girls looking at you as you come out of the bathroom. The bathroom has Help Me on the wall, and then just a massive 666. And then they have a claw machine, Dare to Grab. And they got different Universal monsters in there. They have gremlins, looks like Chucky down there.
So I got the Pennywise one, so it's gonna be a pepperoni pizza, but with hot honey on it. Now, the crust is not burnt, that is just black crust. And then the other one we got, look how crazy this thing looks. The Buffalo Bill chicken pizza, chicken, hot buffalo sauce, ranch with French fries on top. Look at that. Time for the Buffalo Bill pizza now. All right, pizza, fine. Just kind of very average pizza, nothing crazy. No Ubers are picking up, so hopefully we get back to our next location. We've made it back to the Flamingo. I guess if you won a bunch of money, you can come here and then buy a $650 Crystal Wolverine. Back in Midsummer Scream, there was a massive announcement that happened right before the HHN panel.
Thank you guys all for taking your weekend to be with us, and all the love and the support all the years, not just this year. You guys have been with us since the beginning. This does not exist without this community, the very best community in the world. And this weekend, the circle of positivity and circle of goodness has grown so much. Thank you.
It's coming to Anaheim, which is such a bigger space, so that means bigger haunted houses, more vendors. It's gonna be wild. So next year, we're gonna be in Anaheim, and they'll probably, again, have the HHN panel and all the Universal stuff popping up there. But my buddy Rick, who you kind of saw on the stage, he's gonna be picking us up, and we're gonna be going to kind of explore Red Rock Canyon. That is a road runner right there. All right, so a little bit of a switch up from the Vegas Strip. We've now made it to the Red Rock Canyon. Switching up, beautiful view. You know what else is a beautiful view? Nice little Murdy update.
There's John Murdy right there. John!
So John tweeted out this, some random observations from the field. The teeth in the Mind Flayer's belly are huge. Muerte's cat has found a new home in Ozzy. There are more performers in the vampire battle scene from Sinners than any scene in HHN history. I really want to unwrap the engineer. Hey John, will Log Bunny be making a return? And if so, where? John says, we just discovered a giant log bunny up in the hills above Tear Tram. Giant bunny ears and sunglasses have been secured. Just have to figure out how to scale the hillside without dying. Yo John, who the hell is the kid standing like on some block at Ozzy Station at the Ozzy Osbourne maze? Just wondering, you know? John says, we Ozzies. There'll be a young Ozzy outside the facade. From my understanding, John confirmed through X replies that we aren't getting anything at DreamWorks, but nothing confirmed via Universal. John says, something else is coming somewhere else. Is that cryptic enough for you? Why no Backroom's house for this year's festivities? John says, it came out after everything was designed / set. Hey John, I just had the realization, does Lola have a surname? Like, I don't recall hearing one at Midsummer Scream. John says no, but Lola is short for Dolores, which means sorrow in Spanish. John, you mentioned that the 2027 slate has been locked in already, but one question comes to mind a bit easily. In planning the slate, has it already come to plan the theme for the Tear Tram, or is that going to be settled at a later time? John says, no, we know what it's going to be. I want an Art Loves Christmas book. John says, I know, needs to happen. Perfect Christmas present. Gotta ask John, is there any mazes that are still under construction on the inside, or is the tech team and prop team doing the rest? Also, will there be puppeteers like last year's Five Nights at Freddy's house? John says, scenic is finishing up, props are rolling in, everything is in various stages of completion. Yes, there are puppeteers. What's over there?
Nothing good.
It's a mattress, you know? People wanted to set up and enjoy the moment with that view. We will not be putting a black light on that mattress.
Yeah, no, it would look like Pandora.
This just does not feel real. There's no video or picture, I think, that does this view justice right now. No dumping, no shooting, no fires, no camping. For climbers, after rain, do not climb sandstone. Sandstone is fragile and will break when wet. This destroys roots and makes climbing unsafe.
We've now made it to Calico Basin. We're gonna walk up there, see if we can get a better view of everything. Don't ditch a fish. Transporting and releasing live fish, including aquarium species, into ponds, lakes, and streams is illegal. It's a rattlesnake habitat. Stay on boardwalk. I am staying on the boardwalk. We're not going anywhere else. So only 600 million years ago, right? This was all underwater. A warm tropical sea. Then 180 million years ago, then it was just dunes. And then 10,000 years ago, it became the desert after the last ice age. Here we got the Red Spring rock art. It's from over 6,000 years ago. This image is from. We're gonna zoom in and see it. We zoom in. What is that supposed to be? What were they trying to carve? And then even over here, there's like some leaves that had been carved into the rocks. 6,000 years ago. Looks like an alien face got carved into the rock. Are aliens real? Even the Orlando diaper bandit visits Vegas. We are unmasking nature right now, but we gotta talk about the Unmasking the Horror tour coming.
So this is the rundown for the Unmasking the Horror tour add-on. Go on a guided, light-on walkthrough of the Sinners and Quinceañera Music by Slash Haunted House. Plus enjoy opportunities to take photos within select designated areas. Daytime admission to the park and early event access is not included. Ticket is valid only on select dates and times only. Ticket includes one guided walkthrough of 2 haunted houses, plus opportunity to take photos in certain areas. Tours last up to 1 hour, with groups consisting of no more than 20 guests, and will include multiple parties in the same group. Ticket is not valid for theme park admission. Daytime theme park admission must be purchased separately for the same date. The first day you can do it is going to be September 10th, and it's going to run you $20, which is honestly, it's a bargain. If you're a HHN fan in Hollywood, book this thing up. You're going to love it. Now, one of you guys tweeted at me and said you talked to Universal, and we found out the 3-house Unmasking the Horror tour in Orlando is going to be Hellraiser, HR Blood and Guts, and Alien Invasion Abduction. Now, the 6-house tour, Stranger Things 5, Sinners, Ozzy, Evil Dead Burn, Jack and Oddfellow, and Madlands Caged Cannibals.
Next, we're going to Green Valley Ranch to have the best pizza in the world at a place called Pizza Rock.
The pizzeria was named among the top 50 in the United States. Pizza did not disappoint. 10 out of 10.
It's a must.
True Detroit style pizza. The sauce was sweet and savory. Nice crispy pepperonis in there. We're gonna leave kind of the peace and quiet of this casino, and we're gonna go to the badness of Vegas right now. Here, we're on Fremont Street. Now, the Heart Attack Grill closed a couple months ago. If you weighed over 350 pounds, you got to eat for free. But it's all closed up, all abandoned. I don't know what's gonna happen to it. Here we go. Welcome to fabulous downtown, not Clown Town, but Las Vegas, Nevada. Hand of Faith golden nugget. This magnificent gold nugget, the largest on public display in the world, was discovered using a metal detector lying 6 inches below the surface in a vertical position. It weighs a massive 875 troy ounces, 65 pounds. Lord have mercy. Look at that thing. It's like a Bigfoot-like footprint. So the world's largest nugget was found in 1980 in Australia. Still can't get over how big it is. If you've seen Back to the Future Part 2, you'll probably remember this building.
This is Vegas Vicky. She used to be out on Fremont Street above this area, which is now Circa. It was called Glitter Gulch. There were a few little tiny hole-in-the-wall casinos, and there was the Topless Girls of Glitter Gulch. Vicky adorned that building on this block across the street from Vegas Vic. Derek Stevens saved, preserved this, had it completely renovated, and it now has a permanent home here inside Circa.
All right, guys, this is where our journey ends. We are about to go into Universal Horror Unleashed. It's been an official year. It's the 1-year anniversary, so that'll be in the next HHN update. The Resident Evil experience has taken over. We do have some news. The Simpsons has now officially been kind of confirmed at a D23 panel.
And I can't announce it officially, but I am going to say it out loud, that we are going to begin the process of Treehouse of Horroring the Universal experience, probably first with food and with experience later. And if I'm not supposed to announce it, I apologize. Ask for permission, not forgiveness. No, wait. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Universal just needs to announce it already, but it sounds like we'll get some food. Next year, we'll have a larger kind of overlay for The Simpsons coming to HHN. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family!
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Horror Unleashed and Universal Studios and HHN around the country. Love y'all. I'll see y'all very soon. What's over there?
Nothing good.
The largest hooterate in the world.